Hello. Just getting everything set up. Hello. Welcome back, you beautiful ladies. I'm excited to be with you. I'm kind of interested to see how Wednesday works instead of Tuesday. And I do have my comments on. So if you want to participate tonight, that would be great. Um, it will be helpful if you have a journal or a piece of paper and pen to write on. We'll be doing a little journaling practice together. And we're just kind of wrapping up our third session on emotional balance. And it's really exciting to kind of wrap up these topics. So I just wanted to do a quick little grounding practice again and just sit comfortably where you're at and put your hand on your heart. You can close your eyes if you'd like. And you're going to inhale for 4 counts. 2, 3, 4, and hold. 1, 2, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, in, 2, 3, 4, hold for 2, and out for 6. 5, 6, and in for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold 2, 1, and out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just feel the tension in your neck and your shoulders relax. And I invite you to set an intention with me and just say to yourself, I allow balance to be simple and sustainable. And I want to ask, in our first session, we talked about emotional overload and what triggers we were experiencing and reconnecting with our body signals. So, which moment in session 1 helped you the most? And just take a second and think about what was most helpful. And then in session 2, we talked about tools that we used. We talked about breath. We talked about movement and journaling. And which one of those were most powerful for you? What shifted for you as you experienced that? And so today we're talking about longevity with regulation. How do we create a lasting emotional balance? And it's important to remember that balance does not equal consistent happiness. It is not consistent. It is not constant. It's always the capacity to return to center, to return to yourself. And think of it as we've talked in the past of tides in the ocean and how that movement and being able to stay on top as it goes up and down, up and down. Another way to think about it is through the seasons of the earth, and how spring and summer are both expansion seasons where there's a lot of growth, a lot of blooming and harvesting and creation. And fall and winter are more contracting, a lot of coming into yourself, relaxing, resting. And both of those are sacred. No one can survive going all the time. And on the opposite end, no one can survive being contracted and resting all the time. You have to have this balance of both. Some signals for yourself when you're off your center can be body language signals that we've kind of talked about in the past. Irritability, having a tight jaw if you're going to bed with a tight jaw or sore shoulders, having shallow breaths, just really shallow, fast breaths, or if you always feel like you're in a hurry, just all that hurry, 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 gotta do energy. And then signals that you're returning to your center are going to be slower, deep breaths, a softer body, a clearer focus, and being kinder with your self-talk. So we're just going to do another quick micro practice of breathing. And you're just going to start just getting comfortable. And you're going to pause for a minute. And you're going to say your name. I, Emily, say your name. Notice tension in my neck. And state whatever works for you. Say it out loud. If you're not alone, say it in your mind if you want. I, Emily, notice tension in my neck. And then I want you to do those breaths that we did at the beginning. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, and out for 6 on your own for 3 cycles. And now you get to choose. What's your next step? What do you need? Do you need a drink of water? Do you need to set a boundary? Do you need to get up and walk? What do you need? So for this next portion, see how easy that was? It was just so easy. It took 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes to tap in. What do I need? We're not used to asking ourselves that. We're not used to asking, what do I need? It's always, what do you need? What can I do for you? Do you need this? Do you need that? Are you hungry? No. What do I need? And then follow through with that. Give yourself that. Whatever it was that you need, give it to you. So this next one you're going to need to write, which I think is like I said in the past, a beautiful practice. It's something that can really, getting it out onto paper and actively writing can be very, very healing. And so this is just a little practice on boundaries, setting boundaries, which can be very challenging for us because as we even contemplate about setting boundaries, things can pop in and be a barrier for us. And having loving boundaries protects our peace and it makes balance repeatable. It makes it a part of our lives. It makes it doable, functional. So, practicing having boundaries and setting boundaries is very powerful. And some things that can be barriers to setting boundaries are overcommitting yourself, saying yes to everything, everybody, always being available. If you're always available on your phone or for work or family, that can be a huge drain, a barrier. Being in a perfection loop, expecting perfection from yourself, from others. Doom scrolling, that is a way to distract yourself and not tapping into yourself. Having unclear roles for yourself and for people around you. And the biggest one can be people pleasing. Putting people before your own well being to make sure everyone else is happy. Those are big barriers to boundaries. So, with this, um, grab that journal, grab that piece of paper and a pen. And I would love in the comments if you would like to again engage. I have my comments up so we can actively do this together. You're going to write down your top 3 energy drains in your week are. What are the top 3 energy drains in your week? And just take a second and write that down. And then the next question is write down one boundary that would shift your energy. What would that be? One boundary. And this next one, you want to write down the exact words that you can use. And I'm going to give you some examples. That doesn't work for me right now. I need quiet time to recharge. I'll circle back at 3 p.m. And this last one, I love you, and my answer is no. It's great to practice this out loud to yourself. Speak it out loud. Feel it in your body. Speak it softly. And you don't have to explain why. You don't have to give an excuse or wanting validation from somebody. Just keep it short. So this next section, we're going to talk about building it into your daily practice. And when you start to build these types of routines, you want to set clear and real expectations. If you are a morning person, you'll want to choose morning. If you have more time at lunch, you're going to want to choose midday. And if you really want the space to settle in before bed, you're going to want to choose evening. So choose one of those times, morning, midday, or evening. And during those time frames, you're going to be able to pick breath, the 4-2-6 breath that we just practiced together. A hand on your heart, check in. How am I feeling? A 3-line journal practice on whatever you need to journal about, and stretching. And I'm going to include attached to this live a little worksheet that you can use. The next one is a minute of shaking. That movement that we did, shaking out your body. A 5-minute walk. A glass of water, and feeling the sun on your face. Oh, that already feels so amazing. And then the evening one is journaling 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude journaling. Gentle music. And release journaling. Just pouring it out. What do you need to get rid of? So I invite you to practice this and let us know in our group how that goes, if that's what if you choose to do one of those. So we're just going to close with visualization. Jeez. And affirmations. So just close your eyes. And before you see a path lit by soft evening light, you're walking with ease down this path. With each step, your breath slows down. Your heart opens. You pause on this path and you put your hand on your heart. And you say, I honor my emotions as sacred messengers. I trust myself to return to balance. Breathe in calm and exhale, release. Breathe in calm and exhale, release. Again, breathe in calm and exhale, release. When you're ready, open your eyes. And again, I'm going to put a little worksheet for you so that you can, if you want to document the routine that you picked and kind of keep track. Um, a couple other things is if you're local, I live in South Jordan and we're having our women's circle on Friday starting at 6. It's about 2 hours and we have light refreshment. And it's a beautiful experience of connecting with other amazing women and really focusing on ourselves. And with fall coming in, we're going to be releasing what no longer serves us and bringing in intent for the fall and winter season. This is very powerful work when we do this. It's almost like giving us a new beginning in a way and letting out of the old and letting the new in. And then I also still have 2 spaces in my beta group. The ladies in it are doing such a good job. It's so powerful when you're able to invest this time in you and the changes are already showing and just blowing my mind at how wonderful of an experience that they're having. And this group is a great opportunity. It is kind of a short group, but it is very discounted. And like I said, it's very powerful. I'm excited to see how the whole program works for them. So if this is something that you're interested in, let me know. It is life changing. Um, and yeah, just one exciting thing that I'm going to post in the group is we're at a year. This Facebook group has been open for a year. And so excited about that. And um, I'm I've created some questions to ask people as they join. So I'm gonna post that, and I'd just love to hear your guys' feedback on what you feel about the questions. If you feel like it's um, kind of helps you tap in a little bit to your why of why you're in this group, and just very grateful. Have so much gratitude for everybody and your participation in this well-being and wellness and healing and our womanhood and connection is just so powerful and so important. And so many of us go throughout life without having genuine, trusting relationships with women. And we can be each other's biggest cheerleaders. So thanks for watching, and I'm excited to see you next Tuesday, and have a great week. Thanks, everybody. Love you.